They always assumed I would stay quiet, invisible, the one who bent, the one who gave. But I had learned patience in the hardest places, and as I stood in the center of my family's lavish living room, surrounded by my parents and extended family gathered to celebrate my brother's newest promotion, I could feel the air shift subtly, heavy with expectation and entitlement. And Ryan, my younger brother by 2 years, yet raised as the golden sun, smiled across the room with that familiar smirk, holding court as if the world existed solely to applaud his victories, speaking loud enough for the entire room to hear. Self-preservation won in the end, huh? While Aunt Marie and Uncle David chuckled politely, and Mom smiled uncomfortably, already swayed by his confident storytelling. A version of the truth he had rewritten countless times while I had been absent, supposedly broken, supposedly weak, supposedly unfit to carry the family name or honor the sacrifices our father had made. But I had been anywhere but broken. I had survived places they couldn't even imagine, endured 18 months of isolation, interrogation, and psychological warfare that left my body and mind reshaped into something both fragile and unyielding, a ghost of my former self to the public eye, yet quietly building strength, documenting every betrayal, recording every lie, tracking every claim Ryan had made while I was rehabilitating. And tonight, every piece of evidence I had accumulated would converge at the exact moment of his presumed coronation, because I had been trained to serve, to sacrifice, to obey. Yet he underestimated the quiet ones, the ones who survive in silence and prepare meticulously, and as I watched him step closer, emboldened by the laughter and agreement of our family, I allowed him the illusion of victory, because illusions fall hardest when dismantled by truth, and my truth arrived with perfect timing. A photograph displayed on my phone, my classified Defense Distinguished Service Medal ceremony, a psychiatric evaluation confirming my readiness for command, corroborating documents, notarized affidavits, and my personal ledger of every stolen medal, every misrepresented conversation, every false claim he had used to advance his career. While the room froze and all eyes turned toward me, the quiet one, the ghost, now Major General Rios, fully cleared, fully restored, commanding presence emanating from every measured step I took toward the center. My voice steady, cutting through the disbelief as I addressed Ryan directly. You told Dad I was dishonorably discharged. You told Amanda I was dangerous. You took my medals. You used my contacts to advance your career. I want them back by tomorrow, or my attorney files formal charges. And I could see the color drain from his face, his smirk replaced by panic, his rehearsed lies evaporating under the weight of documentation, while our parents' expressions shifted from pride and certainty to shock and confusion, realizing finally that the child they had molded, the one they thought pliable, had grown into a calculated force they could not control, that patience and preparation had replaced rage with strategy. And as I continued my words precise and measured the truth landing with quiet authority, I detailed every injustice, every stolen achievement, every lie repeated as gospel until, this very night, letting the room absorb the reality that for years Ryan had ridden on my labor, my reputation, and my silence. And that silence had ended now, and then I stepped back, phone in hand, showing the final proof, a recording confirming sole ownership of operational achievements and classified honors. As my parents' mouths opened and closed, unable to interject, unable to shield him, and I smiled softly, my presence a calm, lethal demonstration of control, and when I finally turned to leave, my officers following discreetly behind me, the room remained frozen, Ryan, pale and trembling, realizing that the celebration he had imagined was gone, that the golden sun was exposed as nothing without the work he had stolen, that blood ties and favoritism cannot override truth, patience, and preparation. And as I walked through the hallway, every step measured, every movement composed, I understood deeply that some victories do not need shouting. Some revenge does not need fire, that real power resides in timing, proof, and silent, undeniable authority, and I could feel the weight of years lifting. The house, the family, the inherited misconceptions all falling away, leaving only clarity, only the knowledge that the quiet ones, the patient ones, the prepared ones always rise. And for the first time in decades, I breathed fully, knowing that every lie had been met with justice, every betrayal countered with strategy. And as the room remained silent, my family shocked into awareness, I realized that this was not cruelty, this was inevitability. And the peace of reclaiming my life, my honor, my achievements, and my narrative settled around me like a soft but impenetrable armor, a freedom born not from confrontation, not from shouting, but from the quiet, deliberate orchestration of truth, patience, and unwavering resolve. And in that moment, the golden sun understood what it meant to underestimate the quiet ones, the ones who had endured the impossible, waited silently, documented meticulously, and struck with precision at exactly the right moment, because real strength is invisible until revealed, and mine had finally been revealed in full.